Our next speaker has distinguished himself on a very different kind of field. In Brandon Marshall's 8 seasons in the NFL, he's been to the Pro Bowl 4 times. He was named Pro Bowl MVP in 2012. He's become one of 5 players in the NFL history to post 3 consecutive seasons with 100 or more catches and set a record for most receptions in a single game. Brandon's tenacity on the field has led opponents to regard him as the toughest guy to bring down in the NFL. And for the past 2 years, this hard player to tackle has focused his efforts on one of the hardest problems to tackle. Brandon has brought that same dogged determination that makes him one of the NFL's most dynamic players to the cause of mental health awareness. After he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in 2011, Brandon realized he had a chance to give this often misunderstood condition a face. He announced his diagnosis to the league, started the Brandon Marshall Foundation to fight stigmas associated with the disorder, and set out to educate fans about his disorder and mental health issues at large. He has been an outspoken advocate ever since. Earlier this month, Brandon sported green cleats to honor Mental Health Awareness Week while leading the Chicago Bears to a win over the New York Giants with 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. The NFL fined him for that, $10,500 for a uniform violation, but Brandon shrugged it off. And as he so eloquently put it, "Football is my platform, not my purpose. This fine is nothing compared to the conversation started and awareness raised." John Kennedy would call that something of a profile in courage, and we're thrilled to have Brandon here tonight to continue that conversation. For his fearlessness in the face of his condition, his dedication to the mental health community, and his activism both on the field and off, please join me in welcoming Brandon Marshall. There you are. I'm out of your way. I'm telling you. Say it out loud. Yeah.
I'm a fan, Chris. I'm a fan. I look at, the itinerary and it says Brandon Marshall special guest, but they only get, Pat says, bro, you got to keep it to 8 minutes. But, our vice president get up here and he's up here for an hour. I don't think, you're long-winded. In football, our game is broken up into 4 quarters, and the best teams, are really good with clock management. Usually at these functions, they have a clock for you. So Pat told me to keep it to 8 minutes. I think there's a clock in the back, so you might as well shut that off. I'm so thankful to be here amongst you distinguished men and women and in our community. It really didn't hit me until we walked up to this building. It's such a privilege. We talk about protecting the shield in the NFL. We talk about, the integrity of the game. But like I said, football is not my purpose. It's my platform. This is my shield. This is my team. This is my community. Thank you. So I want to thank you guys for having me. Vice President here, Secretary is here. I don't want to mess up your name, but our Secretary Sabelis. I'm very transparent. You'll see this throughout my 8 minutes that Pat gave me. Yeah, what you see is what you get. No, I'm just so thankful to be here, and especially to you. You're a trailblazer. Just watching you up here, you are awesome. You are awesome, man. You are the Tom Brady of our community, man. Really. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pat. Yeah. This cause, this community, this purpose is so close to me because I was affected by it. Chris, told you guys a little bit about my story. I was diagnosed a few years ago with borderline personality disorder and actually was in an outpatient program just around the corner at McLean Hospital. 2006, I was drafted with the Denver Broncos, and the pressures of being a young man given so much freedom, a ton of money, I really didn't handle it right. Like I say now, I was very irresponsible with the platform that I was given. Long story short, I was in a lot of trouble. And I was one that always looked in the mirror. You know, since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be better. I always wanted to do something for others. But I couldn't control the chaos that was going on in my life and my relationships. And it was sad. At one point, I was talking to 5 clinicians in a week. Now, the NFL, you know, they're trying, bless their hearts, you know, they're trying to really help our guys, you know, trying to take this holistic approach. Some things are good and some things we may need to look at. But I was talking to 5 people, Dr. McBride on Monday, Dr. Kennedy on Tuesday, Dr. Brown via telephone on Wednesday, Dr. Hickman Thursday, and I don't even know who else on Friday. What was interesting is my life was spiraling out of control, and I couldn't stop it. Dr. McBride, I mean, I worked with this guy for 2 years, and one time I walked in, I was so frustrated, and he said, all right, let me give you some tools. He said, count to 10. I said, you know what, I'm really going to try this, even though, I shrugged it off as a kid, but I'm really going to try it as an adult. I'm going to try to count to 10. So I went back, and we had Josh McDaniels, your guys, the New England Patriots offensive coordinator now, and we didn't get along then. And something happened, and I counted to 10, and it didn't work. So as soon as the clock hit 3:30, I ran out of the Broncos facility, shot right into Dr. McBride's office, and I said, I counted to 10 and it still didn't work. What is going on? And I say all that to say that, it wasn't until I got to McLean Hospital I got the right help and the right treatment. And that's why I'm here today. It wasn't until 3 years ago that I realized that God blessed me with the ability to catch a little leather football and also to be 6'5", 230 pounds, and really dominate on the field. But a lot of us, especially professional athletes, we think it's all about us. We use this platform, to gratify ourselves or to uplift ourselves or what we want in life. You see guys, they get in the end zone and they turn around and they point at their name on their back of their shoulder pads. And I was one of those guys. I was lost. I thought football defined me. I thought it was who I was. Everything everything about me related to football. But when I was at McLean Hospital, God revealed to me my purpose. And my purpose was to help bridge the gap in the community, in this community, between clinicians and patients and family members. And that's what I want to do. We launched our foundation, the Brandon Marshall Foundation, hired an innovative trailblazer, Louis Correa, and he's just been awesome. Kind of getting a little emotional right now. I'm not going to call anyone out, but in this room was someone I was in group therapy with. And in group therapy is where I start developing this dream. What shocked me was there was a group of 6 or 7 of us, and I'm talking about doctors, attorneys, even a social worker, students, and here I am, this big shot football player, and we're all in a group in self-assessment, and we're talking about the things that are going on in our lives, and I'm listening to some of the fight and some of the struggles that our leaders in our community are going through. some stories self-harming, and you can see the marks. Listening to stories about suicide. And what was interesting and also scary was that after our hour being in self-assessment, we all got up and went into the parking lot, got in our cars, and went into society like everything was okay. And it's not. And I started to think, how many more of us out there are suffering and don't know it, are suffering and don't have the resources to be able to get the help you need? How many of us out there are afraid because of the stigma attached to it? So I devoted my life, I devoted our mission, our resources to fight this stigma, to use my platform finally for the right reasons. Right now, I mean, we're relatively new. We're still building this beautiful foundation, and I have the passion, but I don't have the expertise. I need help. I want to partner with government. We want to partner with corporations because, like I said, it's a community. When you look at the definition of a community, it's a small group or a big group of people who have common beliefs and fighting for the same things. And this is our community. And all of us bring something to the table. When you ask yourself, why did God bless me with this platform to be in the NFL? Why did God bless me with the wisdom, the education to be a clinician? Why did God bless me with a Rolodex to get in contact with the people that can make things happen? If we bring all that together like we're doing here at this forum, we can do something special. So I ask that, you guys out there really think about partnering with me, using me any way you can to get things done. We're right now we're looking for board members. We're looking for a group of folks that we can partner with to help us, weed through programs that we want to help fund. Our goal is to be the preeminent foundation devoted towards mental health. That's our goal, and we can do that. There's something about being a celebrity. People listen. It's like I catch a football. Half the time I just told somebody a stat. I'm about to be a hypocrite. 70% of the game is mental, but when you do it so long, it's just a habit. So sometimes I get so bored at work because it's like, man, I could be sitting in our office on, West Ohio Street talking about something cool, writing on our chalkboards, and it's like this is not stimulating, it's not fulfilling. But we need you guys, the experts, to really help us and get behind us because we think that we can be that preeminent foundation, with the platform that I was given. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity. My wife can't be here right now, but she played a major role in my recovery. I've been making a bold statement to the media lately that I made the step to go from a patient to a treater. And I'm not I don't have the education, I don't have any degrees, but what our foundation is capable of doing, I think we can be that. So I really appreciate you guys, and this has just been an amazing experience. The journey just began. You guys have been doing it for so long. We're just scratching the surface, and it's pretty cool, I appreciate my 8 minutes. The light's blinking right now. Cut the clock off. I already said cut it off. So I just want to end with that, the community. We all have a purpose. We all have a place. Let's all come together and make something happen, So thank you guys for having me.